Might there be one more character coming after the Fighters Pass? Well, we check it out.
Blocked content.
What's happening, my block buddies, and welcome to a brand new episode of Blocked Content. My name is Callum, and this is going to be your content for today. You guys, it's been a crazy ride so far. I mean, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is getting all sorts of crazy news the past couple of weeks because, of course, Banjo-Kazooie and the hero are coming to the game. That's the latest stuff that we know, and we've analyzed the trailers for these characters so much, and we kind of know all the secrets there are to find in those trailers. We kind of know everything about these characters there has been shared up until this point, right? That's everything we know. There isn't any more being released. We had some screenshots that we analyzed, which was of course a lot of fun, talking about the hero and the stage, and of course that little screenshot of Banjo's alternate color. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about a theory that has been floating online the past couple of days. That's actually, aside from the Fighters Pass that we have now, so Joker, the hero, Banjo, and the final two that, as of the moment of recording, we don't know who those final two are. But there seems to be a theory that there's one more character. Just like we had Piranha Plant as a bonus character, there might be something else hiding behind the final Fighters Pass characters. Now, I just wanted to let you know, for those guys who like giveaways, we are giving away Piranha Plant plushies, the cutest felt little Piranha Plant boys you can find anywhere. Remember to like this video, so hit the like button because that helps the channel a lot. Subscribe to Blocked Content and comment down below to enter for that giveaway at 50k. And we have a couple of them, and we're going to be giving them away to people from all over the globe. So, alright guys, let's get into this. So there's a very curious screenshot, right? I mean, the idea is everybody who has Super Smash Bros. Ultimate can go to the character select screen and or to like a fight, and then first you select the stage, of course. And what you notice is that, of course, there are missing pieces because we're getting Fighter Pass stages in this awesome gigantic roster of already iconic stages, almost every stage in Smash history, save for like a few. Now, the other places that are getting filled in, there's been a theory about this, that all these places, of course, are the characters' stages. You know, we're getting Spiral Mountain, we're getting the stage from Dragon Quest, we're getting a stage for the final two characters, and there's still one spot left open. Now, a lot of people have theorized about this, that this is going to be some sort of like custom edit button, but also people have been saying, yeah, that custom edit button actually shows up at the top next to normal. So there will still be a black square there that is not used. So people are, you know, talking left and right about this, and I just wanted to clear it up a little bit. There's two ways that this can go, right? I mean, we can fill this up, and Sakurai could kind of change the way that this entire mega roster of stages is kind of shrunk down, right? And we have a unique way of showing all the stages, but it's an uneven number, so we're going to have that final square. And it's going to look really, really strange just having a black square there. And of course, they could change the way it works. They could add two random buttons. They could still have the custom stage option there. But what I think is very intriguing is the idea that we got Piranha Plant before the Fighters Pass was ever, you know, in motion. And now, it seems like after this Fighters Pass is done, people are expecting either, yeah, the next Smash game to, you know, pick it up where it left off, or maybe it just, you know, it ends there, or there is actually more characters to have in the game. I think that that would be a little bit of a stretch. I think that having even more characters than Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has already is crazy. I would love it, and I think that there's a strong possibility that if Nintendo wants to continue the Switch for a couple more years, I think that Smash Ultimate is the only Smash game that we're getting on this platform. So continuing to, you know, bring out more characters and thus more stages, and maybe, you know, more pieces of music, maybe some other stuff like game modes that they've rolled out already. I think that that would be a good idea if the Switch, you know, had a longer shelf life than any of the other previous consoles. I think what would make a lot of sense, and I think would be a great bookend, is, yeah, maybe we finish this Fighters Pass, we've got two more characters, and people have rumored all about this, you know, the Doomslayer character, maybe Raimu as a character, maybe we'd be getting Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden, maybe we'd be getting Crash Bandicoot, you know, which way ever it goes, everyone's kind of thinking that this character will be a third-party character. So yeah, you can throw everything out of the window in terms of first-party characters that we've loved to see in Smash, right? That time has already been here. We've talked about those characters before the game came out, and of course the final two then were, well, it's a third-party character, Ken, and then we got Incineroar as well, which is of course, kind of a first-party character. I would say like Pokemon now is kind of a first-party deal for Nintendo. But that leaves the question open. If this Fighters Pass is completed and we're getting one more character, I don't believe that that character will then be a third-party character. I think that there's something about Nintendo's way of operating like this. It's like we have one more surprise, right? Like when we got Mewtwo and when we got like Lucas and all the other characters, and then we got Ryu, then we got Cloud in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS. So that just made the entire Smash fandom explode. I think they're doing the same thing with Ultimate. The entire time, they've just been doing stuff like, oh yeah, here's the game, a little bit of an announcement, right? We have the Splatoon characters, then came the entire big opening of, yeah, everyone is here. Then it became even bigger with, oh yeah, everyone is here plus new characters you've always wanted, like King K. Rool, Ridley, and then even further beyond that, Sakurai also announced, oh yeah, we're doing Fighters Pass, and here are characters that people have dreamed about having in Smash for years, and of course for the West, that's Banjo-Kazooie, and for Japanese audiences, that'd be the hero and different incarnations of that character. So yeah, it's about making dreams come true, and I feel like Nintendo wants to keep it close to the vest in terms of, we think that we need to close on a character that's first party, right? Or at least that's a little bit closer to Nintendo than a third party kind of character. So what I've thought of is a couple of characters that I feel would warrant both a stage in the game and of course would be the final bookend to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Again, this is complete like speculation. This could go either way. I feel like the idea here is to kind of think about what kind of a character would be that perfect line between third party, kind of first party, or an extreme case of a first party character that would fit extremely well to end Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's DLC line on, because at some point it's going to be finished, and we all know that February 2020 is when the final Fighters Pass character for this Fighters Pass actually lands, and that's strange to think about because we already know, of course, we're getting the hero, we're getting Banjo, there's two more characters, so they're gonna have to like release close to each other at some point, right? I mean, we're running out of time a little bit already, so that's interesting to me. And to think that Smash Ultimate is not getting support after February of 2020 is a bit crazy, because right when all those characters appear, that's when people are actually playing the game. Oh, the roster is complete? Well, now I'm definitely going to play Smash Ultimate. Oh, wow, we've got this character from this franchise. Now I'm definitely picking it up. That's, I think, a great marketing trick. So I don't think that support for the game is finished after the Fighters Pass. I don't think it'll be another Fighters Pass with 5 characters, 5 stages. That's too big to handle. I don't think Sakurai would want something like that. I think it's either support in terms of game modes and, maybe a bigger game mode, something like an addition to World of Light, maybe, an extra mode like that. But I think that what would be a great bookend is another character, a little bit more leaning against a first party idea. So I've compiled a lot of characters that you guys in the comments have been talking about for the past couple of weeks, and I've compiled them here and I wanted to talk about them. So first up on my list is Rex and Pyra from the Xenoblade series. Now, I feel like having Shulk in the game represents Xenoblade pretty well, right? It's the protagonist of like the main game in the series, and the game on Wii was super awesome. People totally loved it. Sakurai has a special place in his heart for that character. But I also think that Rex and Pyra makes a lot of sense to appear together. I mean, there's already the Mii costume. Sakurai was like, yeah, couldn't really get it in the project plan, but it would probably have happened if the game came out a little bit earlier and we knew about it. That alone makes me say it's kind of likely. And I think that it might seem late for the characters to appear in the game, but I think that that's what the development cycle of these games is like, right? It takes a long time to get characters from point A to point B to eventually Z, where it's finished. So Rex and Pyra, in my book, are still definitely a contender. And what would be really cool is their play style together. I mean, just trading off attacks, doing all these cool acrobatic moves, I think would be something that even Ice Climbers isn't able to do. Maybe it's not able to like desync, maybe the animations are just two characters together. That I think would be super awesome. Now, the second character on my list is a little bit strange, and there's a fake leak that came out a couple of weeks ago that actually ended up being made by one of my buddies. That is Toad in Super Smash Bros. But I don't want to talk about Toad specifically. I want to talk about Captain Toad. I think that this character has longevity. I think that there's a way to put Captain Toad in Smash Bros., have it be a fun character with a pickaxe as an item, with throwing all the veggies, and having a couple of cool moves up his sleeve that normal Toad just couldn't do. And also, of course, the no jumping mechanic would be a lot of fun. People have talked about that kind of an idea. So I think Captain Toad would definitely, bring a lot of cool music, bring a very interesting stage idea. The isometric kind of style could maybe even be the way that level plays. If you think about the jungle hijinks stage from Donkey Kong where you play in the background, maybe in the Captain Toad stage, we'll play like a little bit from the top up. I think that they're able to do something like that. So if we think about Captain Toad as a character, I could see it happening. That wouldn't be a big explosive ending though. Now, if we think about the Star Fox franchise, right? I think Crystal, is an assist trophy, so we couldn't be thinking about that character. So either Slippy Toad or Peppy Hare, maybe. I've always thought that Slippy Toad would be a great Echo Fighter kind of a character for like either Fox or Falco. So if you think about it in terms of, Slippy Toad wouldn't be the fastest character ever, so maybe a little bit along the lines of like a Fox or Falco character, that wouldn't really make sense. Peppy Hare would be even slower, but have stronger attacks, so could that fit in that whole wolf thing, but then the moveset doesn't line up. I think for any of these characters, I feel Slippy would make sense just because it was kind of funny. The character got a big boost from the Snake Codex in Brawl, which I thought was super funny, and I actually do the voice of Slippy Toad in our Snake Codex. If you found that episode, let me know, because I hope that my impression of Slippy was good. I can't remember how I did it anymore. Thanks, Snake! Something like that. I think that character could bring a lot of cool gear, because of course Slippy, famously created the reflector in Smash Brothers. So I think that there's a lot of other cool stuff that Slippy could be bringing, and then we finally could have the meeting between Slippy Toad and Snake. So that's an out there choice, but I think it would be cool. Now, as a Sonic character, a lot of people have been talking Knuckles. That's an assist trophy. A lot of people have wanted Shadow, like myself, but he's an assist trophy. Who's left there? Well, maybe Tails is a costume. I don't really know. Then I thought of, wait, one character could be a lot of fun, could be super interesting, maybe as a boss, but maybe as a playable character. Think about Dr. Eggman in the same way as you think of Bowser Jr. in the clown car. Dr. Eggman inside of his, egg robo, kind of, running around the stage in that thing, using a lot of different traps. I think it would be cool. It would boost a lot of sales for the Mario and Sonic Olympics game. I think that a tie-in with that would be very smart. And also Dr. Eggman is just fun, having Sonic and Eggman in the game. It's like, Mario, Bowser, then Donkey Kong, K. Rool. So I could definitely see that appearing in that little slideshow that they do, before the trailers, where you see all the bosses and Ganondorf, Link, and Zelda, and all that kind of stuff. And then you see Sonic, and then versus Eggman. That'd be super cool. And bringing a stage, then it would be a little bit more like an Eggman Land kind of stage. I think that would be a lot of fun. Now, if we're talking first-party characters and we're talking Metroid, then there's one that makes sense. One character that a lot of people have thought is coming to Smash because of some great evidence, and that's Sylux. Now, Sylux is, of course, this bounty hunter character, very elusive, is hinted at being the big bad for the upcoming Metroid Prime 4 in 2 games in the series, so to me, this is a character that has a lot of promise. I think it has some sort of like sniper-like moveset, which would be very fun to see in Smash Brothers, keeping enemies at a distance and not doing a whole lot of melee movement, but just doing a lot of like different projectiles, traps, and stuff like that. I think Sylux would make a very cool character in Smash Brothers, and isn't the most recognizable pick that you could have in Smash. Definitely because we already have Ridley. Even Dark Samus is a lot more prolific than Sylux, but I think it would make sense. It would mean that the Metroid franchise has gotten a big boost thanks to Ultimate in Smash Brothers in terms of characters and stuff like that, and I would wish it upon Metroid because Metroid is great. Go play the games. Now, Edelgard for Fire Emblem is the one that makes the most sense. Fire Emblem Three Houses needs some sort of push, and I think that they will do something like that. If they do it in the way of a character, Elgar would make the most sense. Having the axe kind of gameplay that we talked about before would be super cool, and I think just the aesthetic of the character would bring something new to Fire Emblem in terms of Smash Brothers. Not just an anime swords fighter, but this girl with an axe that maybe has some moves with, maybe riding a horse or something like that for a couple of, side B moves or something like that, I think would be super interesting. So I want to see something like that happen because it's an original new play style that you can't really copy from another character. So, you have to put in the work and you get a cool original character. Now this one is kind of a jokey choice, but if you think about, new franchises or new games that need a push, what about Luigi's Mansion 3? What about Gooigi, right? So this could definitely be an Echo Fighter or a skin for Luigi. That's sort of like a funny little Sakurai thing to do, right? Oh, here's just an update, and the little fun part about this is that Luigi in Smash Ultimate, of course, has these moves from Luigi's Mansion 3. Before we ever knew that Luigi could perform those moves in Luigi's Mansion 3, we found out about those things in the Simon Belmont trailer for Smash Ultimate. So in those terms, Gooigi would make complete sense to kind of, boost the sales for Luigi's Mansion 3. Of course, the character is fun. A lot of people have already been making memes about it. So in terms of playstyle, would be the exact same as Luigi. Maybe no voice or a different kind of voice, but just be fun and be like this free update that Sakurai's like, well, now it's done. You guys get Gooigi and that's it, And then the final character, if we're thinking Rare, right? If we're thinking Nintendo first party, but still Rare, kind of created characters, Dixie Kong comes to mind. I think there's one person from Rare that actually said after we got K-Rool and Banjo, he said, well, there's one more character that we wanted. It's Dixie or something like that. I'll have to dig up the quote on Twitter, but that's definitely what was it. Something like that. Now, I could definitely see a third repeat of the Donkey Kong trailer, Donkey Kong kind of snoring, and then Banjo chilling out in their house too, playing Game Boy with the Kazooie. That would be super fun as a throwback. And then another character pops out, and it could be either Dixie, so maybe it could be like Zero Suit Samus with the ponytail, and then it end up being Dixie, or something like that. There's a lot of fun stuff that you could do there, but I think that what would be even more fun would be Funky Kong. I think Dixie is a great character. I think would be a cool echo for Diddy, or a clone character with a couple of similar moves, but Funky Kong, to me, would warrant a brand new moveset, would just be a character that has a whole lot more bringing to the table, and you could really be, very original with how you bring Funky Kong to the game. It's also a type of character, surfer dude kind of character that's just not in Smash at all. So would probably bring some great music too. So those are my picks for kind of first party, a little bit on the edge characters that could be the final surprises. So super curious what you guys in the comments think. Let me know if there's a first party character that you would want after the Fighters Pass DLC to appear in Smash Brothers, and let me know in the comments because your comment could be featured in our next video. As for today's comment question, it's what first party character do you want in Smash Brothers? As for our previous comment question, our winner is Kanos Telios saying, Rayman and Ryu really wouldn't surprise me. They have a quite good amount of fans, and Nintendo could please two major companies they're currently working with more than in the past. Also, they would really fit Smash Brothers. Rayman more than Ryu. Ryu would likely be another sword user, though they could also give him other ninja tools and moves, which would make it much better. Well, Kanos, thank you for your comment. I agree. Rayman would be a fun character in Smash. I think it's very likely to happen at some point. Maybe not in this game, but then in the next. Just because it's an iconic video game character. Everyone kind of knows Rayman, which is strange. Rayman hasn't really been in the limelight all that much. A little bit thanks to the Origin stuff and the Legend stuff, but not as much as he needs to be. And then Ryu Hayabusa is who you mentioned. Ninja Gaiden character, also had games on the NES, is awesome as a character. The franchise is really, really fun, and I think as a Smash character would be fast, would have a lot of ninja-like moves, would have these, wall kick kind of things, would have projectiles, would have these, slashes that are faster than light. I could definitely see it happening, and having a classic costume as well as the newer one, I think would be the perfect choice for Nintendo to make for a character. I don't think that it will, happen as the very first character that we get, because I think Ryu Hayabusa is one of those characters that has Nintendo history, so it would be a great final character to announce. I'm actually firmly in team Ryu Hayabusa. I think that would be super great. So thank you so much for sending in your comments. These are always so much fun to kind of read through with you guys here on Blocked Content's YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for sending in those comments. I have a ton of fun. And of course, a very big shout out to our latest Patreon supporters. It's a lot of pressure to, make these videos and create content for you guys on a daily or bi-daily, basis. It's fun, but it also, kind of needs some support at some point. And that's where Patreon kicks in. And it's so helpful. Every single donation through Patreon goes such a long way to me making the channel even greater, doing new animated shows, doing a lot of fun stuff for you guys. And actually, we just started doing Blocked Content Live, which is a live show where we stream video games. We played games together. And the very first game that we already did 2 episodes on is Super Mario Maker 2. And those are out now, so you can watch our Super Mario Maker 2 live streams. There's going to be more. I know there's a lot of the audience out there that doesn't really care all that much about it, but I really hope to continue live streaming. Maybe we'll do some Smash Ultimate when the new fighters appear. But yeah, a big shout out to our Patreon supporters, because I'm able to get all the software and hardware to do that kind of stuff because you guys donate. So that's a big deal. And the more popular the channel gets, the better the content will get. This simple math. So thank you guys so much. And remember, if you're not yet a member of the Blocked Content family yet, man, just click that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. Also press that like, thumbs up, because that really helps the channel a lot. All the news and fun you care about will be delivered on the daily to you. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys around the corner where there's always more Blocked Content. See ya.